first team level. He generally got bumped up to Mourinho's squad when Bertrand went to Villa in the window at the start of the year. So presumably the communication coming down the line is, ideally I need him playing left back as often as possible.
Absolutely, make him, not make him, but put him in there just to get him more and more used to it. And with Nathan, you feel that the more he gets used to something, the better he gets.
And that was his ball to Feruz, and Feruz with a really dangerous ball in towards Swift. Sliced behind, almost a comedy own goal. Chelsea, no question, looking the stronger side in the opening.
He could have gone in the back of the net.
Relief for the captain, Darragh Lenihan, who nearly stuck it in there. Centre forwards always do the best crosses. I heard somebody say that. It was probably a centre forward. Headed out. Headed back in by Van Ginkel, and Feruz on the spin. Shot on target, comfortable save for Raya.
Do you know what? I think he's got more time and space on this ball than he actually thinks he has. He's had to take it early. He's quite high up when it bounces. Getting both feet off the floor. Maybe struggle to get the power. I think he could have let this one come down a little bit more and really swiveled on a sixpence and maybe sort of spun it into the far bottom corner. On the
good at filling in, going away from exactly.
But do that to a robot. You know, with the greatest respect, these lads need to learn their trade. And I guess in a way, what's happening with the league this season, for next season, will do teams like Blackburn a huge favour. To play in a league a tier below will give them a little confidence at some stage. Good run, Alex.
Look at the pace of Kiwomya, made out of nothing. Swift came flying in. Good block on that, brave all round from everybody concerned.
It was good, wasn't it? Half a chance there for... I think it was the right decision.
He wasn't overly impressed with the referee's explanation of it by the looks of things. Here's Aki. Half of the first half has gone. Chelsea certainly controlling the game, but certainly not in control of it in terms of the scoreline. Baker.
We're in that sort of scenario, aren't we, where the first goal is going to be massive. Just wonder, even if one though, Ben, thinking about it, if it would change the way Blackburn are going to play. You know, they're just packing it out in front of the penalty area. They're working hard to close the gaps down. Chelsea are working hard to move the ball quickly. No gaps have appeared as yet, but you just feel it's just a question of time.
Feruz, no flag. Is this the time? It is. Fantastic. Perfect timing. Feruz broke that offside trap and roofed it.
Tell you what, this is a wonderful finish from a tight angle, isn't it? And I think more about Blackburn complaining about the offside decision. And some are going to go for you and some are not. I think that deflected ball suggests that that might have been when he was in an offside position. I suspect that when the first ball's played there, he's onside. But as it came off John Swift, I think there might be a question about that deflection has left him in an offside position, and possibly Blackburn have got a complaint. But has given the offside because he started to run for the ball.
Closing down Christensen there. Christensen's got away from him. Baker taking over. Inescapable feeling that Lewis Baker, indeed Nathan Aki, but really feel it about Baker this season that he could have had quite a few games for quite a few good clubs at first team level. He's just got so many central midfielders to get past. Chelsea, another wonderful ball here from Baker to Aki for two. Aki get another go maybe. Great chance wasted. Should be 2-0, should be game over.
Yeah, and he knows it as well, and again he runs in behind. It's a super ball by Lewis Baker. His first stage, something's got to develop, because as we know, players get older year by year and they have to keep improving, and this lad has. And as we just seen with his passing, you can't actually coach that. That is a quality that he has got. He's got a lovely feel for the ball with both feet, and his deliveries are great.
And so few players are actually genuinely two-footed these days. It always amazes me how few are.
He creates, but we know we've got goal scorers with up and down Premier League, Championship as well, but not always someone who can create the chances that he creates.
Aki's ball into Swift. Had the right idea.
It's unlucky, isn't it?
Always got it back, a bit of a gift, Swift. And he's got the shot away as well. Chelsea looking a couple of divisions better than Blackburn here, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they're completely floundering in his wake. And tries to get a delivery in. Good block by the second defender. And at least we can keep the pressure on.
John Swift into Blackburn territory here. Chance for Baker, kept out by David Raya.
Good play again, John Swift. Superb play.
Fernandez with the challenge on Van Ginkel, which I'm sure he'll be pleased about in a way. Had a 50-50 of sorts, and he's got up and he's fine. Every one of those probably makes him feel just a couple of % more confident. There's Feruz. Aki, that's the left back, folks, just to remind you. He's enjoying himself tonight in the attacking third. Van Ginkel, a genius little 1-2 he played there with Beasley. Feruz from the angle again. It was even more acute than the one he scored from earlier.
Yeah, he's just running out of room, isn't he? You can see Van Ginkel just looking for the run. He's waiting.
Not sure whether it was going to be a corner or not. Didn't want to take the risk. Swift has come short. That would be, on this evidence, Blackburn's best hope. Just then, when you've got Ssewankambo and one or two others pushed up, a half-decent ball like that over the top and on the counter, but even then, it's coming straight back, isn't it?
It is, but I suppose from their point of view, you know, I was going to say they got used to getting a lot of goals against them, so their pride will say to them, let's just try and keep it as, if we're going to get beat, as low as possible.
Swift with another shot, well blocked, it almost looped up and in. Sam Lavelle getting in the way of that. They've certainly done that well tonight. Like we said, our post.
Good time to score, Ben, as well, isn't it? A couple of minutes before half-time.
Baker goes short into Feruz. He got the pass perfect. Feruz just barely got a touch on it, unfortunately.
Unlucky, they give
gift
the ball
it back.
away.
John Swift. Oh, lovely ball. Lovely ball into Baker, and the defender deserves some credit for at least putting him off and maybe even getting a touch on it. Thought he did.
Yeah, he's done well. I mean, Lewis, you know, early on, I think he'd have made better contact. But again, that's always hindsight.
Yeah. Would have been a lovely goal. Super ball from John Swift. Just delicately just dunked in there. Sometimes you don't need pace on a ball if it's going to be dropped on a sixpence like that. It would have looked beautiful if it had ended up in the back of the net. There's a minute to go in this first half. Boga hasn't had a great deal of say in the first half. Boga, he hasn't needed to because the football around him's been excellent. Swift, little flexion maybe straight at the goalkeeper's chest. Comfortable for Raya.
Threatening to win quite a lot of the youth level of football. So we're good as well. So it's good. You know, it bodes well for the end of season playoffs. That'll be so exciting.
Is Baker, through whom everything passed, it seemed, in that first half. Lewis Baker. He always looks so casual. I mean that in a good way, not in a bad way. It looks as if it comes fairly easily to him. He strolls around the middle of the park, dictating things. Certainly doesn't come without effort. Feruz looking for the return ball from Aki. It didn't get there. Fernandez now under pressure from Aki. No foul. And Van Ginkel's effort has dribbled wide.
Yeah, Van Ginkel with the swinger. Didn't quite contact the ball, did he? But what was nice, what it was like for him in the first half, though, Ben. Absolutely soul-destroying. Black front on his own. Just not getting the kick of the ball. Chasing shadows, just getting absolutely nowhere. And maybe a little bit of frustration crept in. But you can understand if he played... that's a great reverse pass.
It was from Loftus-Cheek, and Swift has fired that in at Feruz, whose first touch was brilliant, and then he shinned it out of play with his second. What a shame.
He'll be disappointed, won't he, because he's in a good position here, Islam. I think if he takes this onto his right foot, which I think he tried to do, there's a shot, isn't there? But you're right, John's actually...
First touch is brilliant.
Fired that ball into him. He tried to take it onto his left foot, and we know Islam, he's not frightened to do that point here today. They wouldn't expect any more. They'll be pleased they put in a second half performance, but if they could score, that'll make their night.
Cross towards Feruz, it's found its way to Swift. Might have to go and collect it.
Spot on from John Swift. Take the shot on. He's done well there. Bang on target. Good block. Probably mean that Alex Kiwomya will probably go into a centre forward position, which he's quite comfortable at playing.
Right then, needs defending. That'll do. Over the top it goes. Jamal Blackman so tall, he barely had to even jump to make sure it did not look anything like that. Will Beasley with the ball in, Alex Davey with the header, well done.
Good header as well. Just got to be sensible with our defending, though. There's a team here desperate to score a goal, and they will throw everybody forward when the time comes. But
what a pass from Loftus-Cheek to Kiwomya. He's got Swift for help, but he might not need it. Kiwomya, John Swift on the angle. Oh, what a chance in the middle.
It's a great chance. It's come off the post, doesn't it? And you just wonder, is the better option for Alex Kiwomya to get his head down and just...
Hearing there's going to be 4 added minutes, so we've got, well, more than 6 left. And this game is very much still a contest. It didn't look like being that way earlier, that's for sure. I blame Barnett, winding them up at half-time. There's certainly been far more of an obstacle in this second half. Here's John Swift. Now Loftus-Cheek with a lovely idea, and he very nearly got a difficult ball right. Kiwomya's there.
So unlucky, because he's running at speed here, and that's a wonderful delivery. Deserved a little bit more, but again, he started it off with a good break, intervention, gets a little 1-2 with John Swift, and breaks forward with a super press.
Baker into Nditi. Worth a hit from Adam Nditi.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Take the shots on when the opportunity's there. Adams.
That'll do, ref. 4 minutes are up. There's the whistle. And the first half, Islam Feruz goal has won this match. It looked as if it would be the first of maybe many on a potentially comfortable night for Chelsea. It turned out to be anything but that, in a far cagier, nervier second half display. But a win is a win, and this win is good enough to take Chelsea up to 5th with games in hand on all of those above them. No doubt about it, Chelsea can win this league, folks, and they have won this game by 1-0.